So good morning. So as I said, I could not take the session in the morning. So I'll be doing as of now, or maybe you might be free enough for the session. So yesterday I explained what is a selection sort, and also insertion sort was completed last class. So today we would see what is quick sort. So as I stressed many times regarding this unit, so you have basically 3 searching techniques and 4 sorting techniques. So you might be asked questions only on these techniques. So bubble sort was the first sorting technique I did. Well, because you are aware of the knowledge of bubble sort, then I did selection sort, one of the simplest sort, and last class yesterday's, that was a recorded session I forwarded, it was an insertion sort. Today we will see what is a quick sort, and rest of the thing left was hash and graph sorting. So next week what we would do is next week we would be covering up this concepts of graph. So let me go to the uh, uh, quick sort. So what is a quick sort and how do we achieve the concept of quick sort? Okay, so many things are being given, right? So let us go in a very simple manner, the sorting techniques, what is selection, and what is insertion. Last class we have seen, and we have seen bubble sort, and this is the last and one of the best sorting technique, that is called quick sort. As the name itself indicates, it is a quick sort. We have one of the best method is fastest sorting method. It is one of the best fastest sorting method that can be used on using strategy called divide and conquer, right? So basically divides the list into number of sublists, we'll see, right? So let me share the notes of this also. In there also we would see. So before that, one of the animation that through which I could be able to explain the concepts. Okay. So even this I had explained last class. In the recorded video you would have seen how exactly the merge sort, as I had said, I had not explained why, because it is not there in the syllabus point. So with that I had not explained bucket sort. It doesn't, even this algorithm was not explained. So left with the final sort. So just wanted to show you. Yeah, quick sort. It is also called divide and conquer method. It is faster than big O of neon. Okay. So we are going to select a pivot element. Let me go with the animation video over. Okay. So we have a time complexity. So in this lesson, we'll analyze quick sort, which is one of the recursive method. It uses the concepts of divide and conquer. Okay. So time complexity is one of the calculations. So it is being calculated as big O of n log n for average case. So big O of n square in the case of worst case running time. So with the help of example, let us try to see what is and quick sort compared to the various algorithms such as merge sort. It is one of the efficient in practical scenario. Let us go with one of the example. Okay. So regarding a program, we would see immediately after this. So let us take this example. Okay. Let us take this array. Let's say we have a list of set of integers that is given in an array a of 0, a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, the number of numbers that are being placed. So this we have to sort it. Okay, we have to sort it as it is. This is the final result on the right hand side after performing the quick sort. Okay, after performing the quick sort, this is a final result. Okay, next, how do you execute this quick sort? So in this example, let us select 4. There is no compulsion that you should select only 4. So let us randomly select one of the element as a pivot element. 4 I have it is called pivot element. So first we rearrange the list such that all the elements less than 4 are towards on the left hand side. All the elements that are greater than pivot element are on the right hand side. So it doesn't mean that they are sorted. 4 is a pivot. Once again, pivot is 4 is a pivot element that has been randomly selected. Let us sort all the elements which are less than pivot element to the left hand side. Let us sort the pivot, the elements which are greater than pivot on the right hand side. So it includes partitioning and rearranging in such that all the elements less than on the left hand side, all the elements greater than towards the right hand. So there can be more than one possible arrangements less than pivot, elements less than the elements greater than on the right hand side. For example, 2 and 3 are less than 4. So the arrangements could be, it could be 3 2 1 or it could be 1 2 3. It doesn't really matter. We can have any such arrangements. Only the requirement is that all the elements lesser than the pivot should be on the towards left, and all the elements greater than the pivot should be right side. So we would achieve this by using temporary variables. Let us go to the programming language. So once we partition the array like this, we can break this problem into two subproblems. The two subproblems will be sorting the segment of the array to the left of the pivot and sorting the segment of the array to the right of the pivot. So this time we are not going to separately create auxiliary arrays. So this can be, you have to subpartition of one array, subpartition of the another for the left and right of the pivot element. Okay. Segment of array from index 0 to 2, segment of array from index 4 to 7. So why we are not going to create auxiliary arrays? Why we need to work on the same arrays? We will see. Okay. So let us understand the core logic. So once we partition with respect to the pivot element, we have two sub problems to sort in sorting the list left of the pivot and right of the pivot. So I would say sublist of the pivot on the left hand side, sublist on the pivot, sublist on the right hand side. So we'll apply the partitioning logic once again and break the problem once again. So let us start with the subpartition A. So in this case, imagine 3 is a pivot. So keep all the 3 left and keep. So since 3 is the largest, so this arrangement is always satisfying the condition. So in this problem, actually, this problem has only the sub problem. So we have to work on the segment called 2 1 again. All right. So it is same as if like divide and conquer. So again, we have taken 2 1 in 2 1 pivot as a pivot. So we would rearrange all the elements on the left hand side. We have a sub problems to solve. Okay. We are breaking the problem in the recursion. All the rearrangements are happening in the original array only. See, all the rearrangements are happening only original array. Though I have showing this blue colored box, whatever thing is happening in the auxiliary array only. Okay. So when you follow these, our segment is only 1, that is 2. So we would original array from 0 to index array is going to be placed. Okay. So now you have seen, so left hand side has been arranged 1 2 3 sorted. So we'll stop the recursion since as the hence the will exit the conditions. So hope all of you have understood. So once again, if I understand, so let us start with the index 4 to 7. How do we work on the segment right hand side? Okay. So the function that is being used is a quick sort. Once again, so those who have not understood, so before I go to the coding part, so let me explain once again, right? So imagine we will take 4 as a pivot element. We rearrange the list in such a way that all the elements less than the pivot will elements less than the pivot are arranged in the left hand side, elements greater than the pivot are arranged on the right hand side. So this is one of the partitioning, right? So once you do the partition, so you have to consider the sublist too. We have two sublists. Let us see. So we have a partitions 2138576. So on the left hand side of the pivot and right hand side of the pivot. So once we have partitioned the array like this, we can break this problem into two subproblems. That the two subproblems will be starting the segment of the array to the left of the pivot and sorting the segment of the array to the right of the pivot. So this time the like merge sort, we do not need to create auxiliary arrays to copy the elements into the new array. So we work on the same array. It is just like we have to keep track of the start and the end index of these segments. So if this is array from index A from 0 to 7, this is segment of the array from A to 2, and this is the segment of the array A from A to 4 to 7. We'll come back to the while we do not want to create an auxiliary array. We'll see that. Now let us focus on the one of the subpartitions that is being shown on the left hand side. So let us understand the core logic. So far we have understood once the partition has been performed, so we have to sort the left of the pivot list and the right of the pivot list, that is sublist on the left hand side of the pivot, sublist on the right hand of the sublist has to be sorted. These two sublists has to be sorted by using the divide and conquer. So we are going to apply the partition logic and break the problem into further. Let us consider the left subpartition. So let us consider 3 as a pivot and rearrange the elements lesser than pivot on the left hand side. So 3 already it is the largest in the sublist, hence there is no arrangement is satisfying arrangement. This arrangement already satisfy the condition, hence 2 1. So but when you come to the sublist 2 1 from the sublist 1 sublist, so you could see 1 is a pivot, so is a pivot element. So in the 1 is a pivot element, so 1 is already the less than 2. So we have rearranged like this, and so we have one sub problem to solve. So we are going the in the case of recursion and breaking the problem in similar manner. So all the rearrangements are happening in the original array only, in the original list only. So these segments that we have shown are just the snapshot of the original array. At this stage, we have, when we go to this stage after partition, 2 goes to index 1. So this is just an rearrangement to the major auxiliary array. So the segment is only 1, 2 at index 1. The original array from index 0 to 2 is 1, 2, and 3. So you have seen the changes 1, 2, 3. Only when we have only one element in the sublist, it is already been sorted. We do not need to break up and further need to solve. So this would be the exit condition from the recursion. At this stage, the segment from the 0 to index 2 is sorted. Now we can go ahead and work on the right segment on the right hand side of the pivot element. Let us understand how exit. Then it comes to the programming. So when it comes to the programming, it is quite easy if you understand this logic. See, bubble sort is a technique that is considered as slow because it moves the elements to the end of the list, right? Thing is that bubble sort, in the case of bubble sort, so we do divide n minus 1 as the number of iterations, and in individual iterations we need to try up with the comparisons. So as the name suggests, quick sort is one of the fastest sorting method, right? The same type of examples that is being given over here, all of you. Initially, the first list, that is 34, is chosen as a pivot element. 34 has chosen as a pivot element. To the left hand side, the list scan from the right to left to identify the first element that is less than 34. The element is 2. Okay, that is kept on the left hand side. Both the elements are swapped and list becomes 2, 99, 5, 34. Again, now the list is scanned from left to right till the place where 34 is sorted. Okay. See, this is a pivot element. This is a pivot element. Okay. So let me once again go with the example that is being given in the notes. See, here is a quick sort procedure that is being given, right? So one more name for quick sort is divide and conquer method. Imagine in this case he has given pivot element as a leftmost element as a pivot element 27. Okay, so initializations, it is a 0. So pivot element is 27. So increment the left pointer with pivot equals to a of left pointer, right? Stop when the element is greater than the pivot. So this is the initializations. This is at the beginning of the program. These initializations have to be met. Left pointer equal to 0, right pointer is equal to n minus 1. So we are seeing the pointer variables here, right? Increment the left pointer while pivot is greater than or equal to a of left pointer. Stop when the element is greater than the pivot. So this iterations executes, right? Now you could see what is being happening. Okay, so this pointer is being copied. So we have 27, 10, 36, 18, 25, 45. Now the arrangement is that. So this is a pivot element. So we have rearranged this 25 in the place of 36 and 36 in the place of 25. Right, using the swap variable. So basic steps, if you could see here, considering 27 as a pivot element, what we have done is we have arranged all the elements which are less than 27 on the left hand side, all the elements which are greater than 27 on the right hand side. Hence we need to solve the sub arrays. So this is the basic concept what I had explained. So identifying the pivot element is one of the random thing. So if he is given the pivot element is 27, arrange all the elements on the left hand side, that is elements which are lesser than 27, arrange all the elements which are greater than 27 on the right hand side. How this is being achieved, basically this is being explained over here. This is a given array, right? So 36, so 27, 10, 25, 18, 36, okay, was being replaced with the 25. Again from this, if you could see, so retaining 27 as a pivot element, okay. So we have 10, 25, so 18, 36, 45. This, in this case, if you could see what happens here, 27, 10, 25, 18, 36, 45, as it is being copied. Then coming to here, so the pivot element, since 10, 25, 18 all are lesser, and fitting of this 27 falls after 18, and in between 36, 45 the pivot element is placed over here, right? So this is the one of the way how we have identified this uh, quick sort. So basically, for my sake, before you understand these part, so what I explained through a video, that is identifying the pivot element. 27 is a pivot element. Arrange all the elements which are less than pivot element on the left hand side of the array, auxiliary array, and greater than on the right hand side of the auxiliary array. Then you need to solve the subarrays, subarray 1, subarray 2, so that it gets arranged. It will be arranged in 10, 18, 25, 36, 45 as it is. So for that, so we have to go with the few of the pointer variables, the data structures we have used. So let us go with the book program. So in this case also, see, so almost the pivot element is 34. I said if the pivot element is 34, you have to rearrange in such a way that all the elements on 34 should be on the right hand side. All the elements which are less than should be on the left hand side, and you have to sort these arrays. Okay, you have to sort these sub arrays. So that itself is a major concept that you have to understand. So let us go to the program quicksort. You have full array that is being passed. You have a pivot element majorly. Okay, scanning the list from right to left to identify the elements lesser than pivot by using a while condition. While array of UB is greater than pivot and LB is less than equals to, this is the conditional statement that is being written, right? So what conditions you have to execute? Okay, so using if condition not equals to UB, so you have to rearrange, shuffle the pivot element, then scanning the elements from left to right to identify the elements which is greater than pivot, which to keep on the right hand side. So this arrangement, right? So this, there is a recursive call. As I said, the quick sort module is called recursively until the entire list is being sorted. Okay. So ultimately in the output, you will not able to analyze the concepts of this quick sort. You have given some unsorted array. So all sorted array will be shown to you on the output. But ultimately the logic that you have written, it follows the divide and conquer. So for that you have to write this part of the code. So that is quick. So whole array is being solved. You have to initialize one of the pivot. Here array of left is treated as a pivot element for the program. So it depends upon, in the video I have shown you on the rightmost is a one of the pivot element, right? So the program consists of a different applications here. See, in this case quick sort, he has taken the pointer variable. Using pointer variable in very simple manner I had explained. Okay, so even you can refer this program also, right? That is by using location. This is a very simple quick sort algorithm, right? You could remember the function for writing a quick sort, but ultimate thing that is being needed is being written in the main program. See here, how do you perform the partition? So that is for the partition separately has given the this partition. No, this partition is a function that calls when control goes over here. So instead, in the book, he has given directly the partition itself. He has explained over here, not in the program. The quicksort itself, he has not done the partition. You can go refer even this program for your reference. Hope able to understand the concept. So from my point of view, so I have tried to explain what is a quicksort. It is a divide conquerment. What is selection? What is insertion? And what is bubble sort? And we have covered what is linear search and binary search. Left with hash and graphs. So hopefully we will see this in the next coming classes. That is on Tuesday 12:30. Tuesday and Wednesday we'll try to cover up the concept of graphs so that ultimately at the end we should be in a position to complete this module 4, module 4, 5, and my is 1, 2. So 1, 2, if you could study excellently, there are no issues that you lose the marks, and 5 and 4 will be convenient. even you could skip trees. You can only go with the queues concept and you can complete this topic. Or else if you are not confident with the queues, you can go with the trees, though I'm going to do these trees also, right? So this will be a part from my side. So many people have not joined the session. I came to know that you don't have a class at this time on Saturdays. So I expected other people will join the sessions lively. Anyway, so I would be sharing the sessions at the end of the class. So try to see and, you know, uh, make sure that you understand the concept. So let me stop the session. So only 5 members are there, 4 to 5 members into the class. Let me end the session. Thank you.